it's Emily with Honeysuckle Roads, and I'm here in LaSalle, Illinois. And this is the Visitor Center where I'm about to see the historic presentation of Chris Vallillo for Abraham Lincoln in Song. Let's take a look.
Before, let's take care of one important piece of business. If we don't deal with it now, we'll deal with it later. So, yes, this is my real hair. Okay? It's not a wig, it's not a permanent, it actually grows this way. Ladies, if you absolutely must after the show, you can check it out, but please don't tug too hard. So, the show I'm going to share with you today was originally created to celebrate the bicentennial of Abraham Lincoln's life, and the idea was to find music I could directly tie to Lincoln, music songs that he might have known, he might have even sung or played on in some cases, and then use this music as a vehicle to tell you all about our state's favorite son. I've had the privilege of playing this all the way at the East Coast, out in Washington, D.C., at President Lincoln's College, at Gettysburg, down at the Lincoln Presidential Museum, and now here at Lock 16. So, without further ado, this is Abraham Lincoln in song. Now, for Abraham Lincoln, the journey began 56 years earlier, February the 12th, 1809, when he came into the world in a dirt-floored log cabin on the big South Fork of Nolan's Creek, way down in Kentucky. Lincoln's then 10-year-old cousin, a little fellow about yay big, named Dennis Hanks, he'd later described the Lincoln family by saying, "Well, heck, them Lincolns wasn't poor. Why, they was poorer and poorer." Now, it was a subsistence life, a life of hunting and trapping and chopping trees and grubbing roots. But just 2 years after he was born, Abraham's father, Thomas Lincoln, decides to move the family 10 miles away to a place called Knob Creek, right on the Louisville-Nashville Turnpike. And this is one of the most important highways in all of American history. And it's here that preachers and peddlers and politicians, heck, even scientists, all stop by the Lincoln door. And it's here that a young and inquisitive Abraham first hears stories of the lands beyond. Wild tales of exaggeration of a new Garden of Eden flowing with milk and honey. Fields of wild strawberries that were so big and so plentiful, why, they said a man would stain his horse's legs red if he tried to ride through them. Most important to those early pioneers, young Abraham heard stories about soil. Soil, they said, that was so rich and fertile, why, heck, a man didn't even have to plow it up to plant a crop. Oh, no. All you got to do is grab a handful of corn kernels, just throw them down on the ground. But friends, you better jump back, because the ears would spring forth, full grown, knock a man clean over if you wasn't careful. Well, of course, all these exaggerations inspired countless new pioneers to light off for these lands. Right about that time, this song was written. A song that preserves many of those exaggerations in its lyrics, and a song that Abraham Lincoln himself later claimed as one of his very favorites. Way down upon the Wabash, such a land was never known. If Adam had crossed over Solomon owned, with wagon loads of spices, pomegranates, and fine gold. Ah, but when she saw this lovely land, why, her heart was filled with such joy. Straightway said she, I'd like to be the queen of El-A-Noy. So move your families westward, good health you will enjoy, and rise to wealth and honor in the state of El-A-Noy. Yes, move your families westward, bring all your girls and boys, and cross the Shawnee Ferry